Greetings and welcome to DORAGONS Domain, episode 16. I am Doragon Kishu, Paladin and Dragon Rider. Since April 8th, when I first started doing Dungeons & Dragons vlogs, I've posted 19 videos, which I know is a lot, and I'm not sure I'll keep that pace. But I will say that during that time, I worked on 3 different homebrews. The first was called DESPA, and the campaign around it kind of was called the 4 Kings of DESPA. That is not only in the videos. I have 2 different videos talking about DESPA, but I also have my Doragon Kishu blog has a bunch of stuff on DESPA. I'll put all the link for that below. That's an actual land, and it has NPCs, and it has a lot to work with as far as, if you guys are wanting to use it, go for it. And then I moved into something that was called RHEALM, which I had a lot of fun with. I've done 3 videos on that, and I will link those below. And I also approached a couple Dungeon Masters about maybe using it in their online play. But they're, and they may blend it into their stuff in the future. But everybody is also creating their own stuff. And then the last one I made, which is around a month ago, I did 2 videos on DarkLight, which is a setting, and that has to do with a prison in another plane there's a half demon that rules that, and that's a homebrew campaign that you can blend in, includes a labyrinth and whatnot. And I've had a lot of fun with it. Kind of was taking a break a little bit from making that. You might just keep putting homebrews out there. Also, I was hoping to see people use it or aspects of it. And myself, I'm currently in a 5e campaign, which I've mentioned, and I'm not creating one. I'm not dungeon mastering a campaign yet. In fact, I ordered the dungeon master guide for 5e, and it should be here tomorrow. So I'm going to be learning about it. But all my dungeon mastering has been non-5e, so I haven't ran a group yet. I held off as long as I could as far as creating a new homebrew. Like I said, I'm still looking forward to kind of seeing people use the other ones or using them myself, but I've had one in my head. It has to do with a thieves guild. It's called Shadows. Shadows is a very successful thieves guild that exists in a very huge city. In fact, I was recently on Twitter. I was asking about people's opinions of Waterdeep, because I've done so much homebrew stuff. I haven't done the Forgotten Realm or any of the pre-made stuff, but I've heard a lot about Waterdeep, and I had a lot of good replies about Waterdeep. And the reason I asked about that actually in Twitter was because at some point I'm going to need to make this city of Aberlo, and I might try to maybe be inspired by Waterdeep, or try to create something that's not as cool. I mean, that would be tough, but I'll deal with Aberlo later. Right now I'm just dealing with Shadows. So basically, like I said, Shadows is a successful thieves guild. It's about 1,200 thieves under it within the city of Aberlo. And I started to write the backstory for Shadows. Basically, there's the great thieves master, and he is on his deathbed. And so he wants to contact his estranged son in order to take over the leadership of the thieves guild. Now, his son was told that his father had died in a war against orcs and giants and whatnot, that he was some kind of hero. This story about his father inspired the boy to be ambitious and seek greatness, and he ended up, at this point, in probably his late 20s, I suppose. He is the advisor of the prince of the land. So what happens in this backstory, and also this first part of the backstory of Shadows, I posted on my Doragon Kishu blog, so I'll put the link to that below. But basically, this leader of the thieves on his deathbed sent his 2 best thieves, hooded and cloaked, to go and capture his son and bring him to him. And then he tells him that, you're my son, and I want you to be the new, leader of this thieves guild. Now, this guy, he's not a kid anymore. He's not a thief. He helps out the prince of the land. So I'll be writing more backstory. I've only written 1 part, but so that's kind of basically to give you an idea of my ideas of Shadows so far. My overall concept is that he will at some point, end up ruling this thieves guild as Shadows, but he's going to change it. First of all, he's going to probably cut it from 1,200 to 400 thieves. He's going to get rid of some of the true villains, the true, like, just the ones that just rob you, kill you for like a piece of gold. He's gonna. This is once his father dies. He's gonna pull on the reins and even up the quality of this Thieves Guild, because he's not. That's who he is. He's not just about success and money and power. In fact, he's going to do it his way. So that's kind of the general concept with it, and that character is really cool. Anyway, that's enough for now. Any ideas? I will be creating NPCs for Shadows, just for different thief characters that will exist within his group, and I'm also going to create an underground lair or hideout, big hideout. There's a lot of thieves in this guild. So I'm going to be needing to do some maps for that. But any ideas about those NPCs or even the design of the hideout or anything about it, welcome. Let me know, and I'll be talking about it on Twitter. That's it for now. But I will be continuing to develop the Shadows Thieves Guild of Aberlo campaign homebrew. So, and I'll be probably doing more videos about it and little posts on my blog. So once again, thanks for checking out DORAGONS Domain, and I will see you on Twitter.